16 minutes past 11. Good morning, Malaysia. Otto here, coming to you live from Angkasa, Puri, Kuala Lumpur. Lovely Tuesday as it is. It is, of course, a live session on our Facebook and also on TikTok. So head over there at TRAXXfm, OFFICIAL. Join the conversation over there, or just give us a call. The numbers are 0322825491 or 0322824746. We're talking about imperfections, all right? Embracing it, which is why we have the topic for today on our X account right now. We want you to participate and tell us why you chose that particular option over there. So the question is, what do you analyze first in a person? Is it the imperfections or probably the perfection of the person that your first impression goes to? So we have a guest in the studio today. We're talking about a special book about embracing imperfections, and the title is also about embracing imperfection, and we have the author here today, which is, of course, Lian Wai Bee. Thank you very much for coming to the studio. Now, Wai Bee, you've been in this corporate industry for more than 3 decades already so far, and you've decided to, stretch yourself even further and go into the NGO and help out young entrepreneurs who are interested in bookmaking as well and all that. So how has it been so far for you? Can you tell us that?
Yeah, thank you, Otto. So good morning, everyone. My name is Wai Bee. So I've been in a corporate for almost 30 years doing marketing, and after COVID, I decided to give back by becoming a mentor for this NGO by the name of Project Girls for Girls, where we normally mentor young girls from the age of 18 to 40. So basically, the program teaches the young girls to be, how could they build confidence, become bold, be courageous, and become the future leaders of whatever career that they choose.
Now, I'm interested to, why did you even choose that? Is there any sweet spot towards that?
Yeah, I think growing up, my generation, we do not have the opportunity to have somebody to mentor us, right? So I thought, since I saw this NGO that are lobbying to empower women, so I decided that, since I have like almost 30 years of corporate working experience, so why don't I take this opportunity to also give back in a way? And it has been a very rewarding journey. It's not about me guiding the young girls, but also at the same time to also learn from them what is their perspective about their life, what is their ambition, how can I in a way contribute to groom or help them to also open up another new opportunity for themselves, right? Yeah, and it has been a very humbling experience, learning not only from the mentor but also from the mentees.
That's great. And seeing that you have been like in 30 years in marketing so far, and a lot of people are actually wondering how you even started, and when they decided to start this journey of becoming a writer, the next thing they'll ask, how am I supposed to market it? And this is where you come in as well, helping out the young generation on the options that they have to market their book, which is, of course, today's topic, which is embracing imperfections. And can you tell us briefly about the book? What can we expect inside it?
So basically, this book, Embracing Imperfection, the inspiration to write about this book came from not only from my journey mentoring young girls. I realized that a lot of us, I'm not sure about women, but speaking myself as a woman, a lot of time, even myself growing up, I do not have so much confidence in me. I always doubted about my ability, whether I can achieve certain, dreams or goals that I set for myself. In fact, when I was writing this book, the dream of writing this book actually happened back in July 2017. Why I remember, the date is because I actually posted in my Facebook back in 2017, that I am, dreaming to become an aspiring author back then. So I started writing the book, and along the way, self-doubt kicks in. I doubted myself, my ability to write the book, and knowing that I'm nobody. Who am I to be a writer? So this kind of feeling not good enough kicks in, and I wasn't able to kind of complete the book. Actually, it went to the shelf and dusted there. But I think when I left my corporate work, I have a little bit time last year actually to look at what is my purpose, what is my passion moving forward. And somehow I have a very strong calling last year to really write about the book, and based on the stories that I hear from being a mentor, and also people around me, about women especially, a lot of them are suffering in silence, coming from the Asian context perspective, especially Asian women. A lot of time our voices are being silent. We are not able to share what are the challenges that we face. We just keep it to ourselves, included myself. I realize that a lot of time I don't have a platform, or I feel like I don't have an opportunity to share about what are the challenges that I was facing. Yeah, that's the so-called the inspiration for me to write the book.
I think a lot of our listeners as well have the same question as well. What is my calling? And it's great that you found your calling and you're sharing it with people as well. You connected the dots from corporate life towards entrepreneur life and helping out others to realize what are their potentials, what they can do, and opening options. Is now that we have technology in online as well, they can actually create books online. Do you find any difference between electronic books as well as a physical book?
Yeah, we have so-called the digital, version. I have my digital version of my book as well. So beside the hard copy, where I felt like personally, it depends on the preference of the individual. My book is available in Amazon as well. And in Malaysia, it is available at only Book Access and my own website that I promote the book. So the hard copy is people who like to on the go, the size is just nice, where you can, for lady, you can put it in the bag, and then you can just read the book as and when. Because, for example, our internet coverage is not all the place that, you have a very stable connection, right? So we can just pick up the book and read the book as and when on the go. While those who prefer to read it on the online version, it is available in Amazon Kindle version. Yeah, you can go there and pick up the book.
All right. So, if you've just joined in, we're talking to Lian Wai Bee. Wai Bee is an author as well, and the book that we're topic for today is Embracing Imperfections. So, should you have any questions with our guest today, head over to either our Facebook or TikTok. Leave a comment in the comment section and we will read it out. I'd just like to say a quick hello to Sarina, who's online right now. Says good morning. Good morning to you. Do share it, like it as well, share it with your friends, and of course, your ideas on today's particular topic. If you want to write a book, this is the person to ask. All right, so we're going to go for a little short break right now, and then when we come back, we'll delve further into the book and how the female psyche can actually move forward in today's modern world. Stick around. 28 minutes past 11. Good morning, Malaysia. We're on W Talk, topic of embracing imperfection. We have the author over here talking about the book. Of course, the title is Embracing Imperfections. Thank you once again to YB for coming to the studio right now. If you'd like to join the conversation live in the studio, we have TikTok Live up and running, as well as on our Facebook at TRAXXfm OFFICIAL. Now, we have already established the fact that the book has lots of stories. I think there's 10 stories in
Four real life stories.
4 real life stories over there, and it's a very inspiring one. So if you haven't got it, you should get it right now. It's very easy to actually carry around. It's a great gift for people as well. And the fact that I'm surprised that our author over here, YB, that people seem to think that you are a very what do you call this? A negative connotation to it, which is a very quiet person, and not a person who's not very assertive. But then again, you've gone through that, and you're teaching it throughout the books and people's lifestyle as well. So that's great. So what are the challenges actually that you face upon writing this book?
I think the challenges that I have, like what I was sharing earlier, is about overcoming the mental block and the feeling of I am not good enough. Well, while I was writing this book, I always doubted myself. That's why, even though I have a dream to write a book since July 2017, which I posted in my Facebook, what is holding me back is that I felt like I am not good enough. Who is going to read my book? And I'm not a book author, right? So who will read? And what happened if there are a lot of naysayers that giving a very negative feedback about the book? So all this thing was holding me back. And like what I was sharing just now, last year, somehow I have this very strong calling to go ahead and write a book. And the title is itself, Embracing Imperfection, is actually reminding me that, I am not perfect. But despite being not perfect, how can I, write a book that I am able to impact others to also feel the same as me, to rise up, to achieve whatever dream that they have in their mind. Just go ahead and do it, because I am reminded, or rather reminding myself that, being imperfect is actually setting us free from being judged, free from what other people label us. Mm-hmm. What is more important is us, our dream. How can we pursue our dream, and whatever story that we wanted to tell the people out there? I think that's very important. Looking it inward rather than outward. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So inward, what is our dream? What do we want to achieve in our life? Mm-hmm. putting a little bit more self-love to us.
Now, I'm curious on the 10 stories that you portray there.
4 stories.
4 stories, real life stories over here. And how did you actually pick out the stories?
I was actually halfway writing my book, and I realized that if I am able to include some real life stories, it will be even more appropriate because it will be able to relate to our life. The readers will be able to also relate to their life, right? So I have 4 real life stories. Number 1 is about late Janet Lee. She's a neurodivergent daughter where she found her passion in art, coloring. She passed away in 2023, July 23. So the story was told by her mother about her daughter's journey, how she discovered the talent despite a lot of challenges that she faced in her early age. And even her mother was sharing, Joyce Moy, her mother is Joyce Moy, was sharing that she went through some of the colorists, the teachers. They were telling her that her daughter doesn't have the talent as a colorist or art colorist. But luckily enough, somewhere along the way, she found somebody, another teacher, who actually mentioned that Janet indeed has a talent in coloring.
Wow.
But
Different opinions.
Different opinion, even though they are so-called, in this coloring or
That profession, yes.
their profession. But I think what this particular teacher found out from her is because being a neurodivergent, they have their own world. The way she color is different from what we color. For example, a banana is a blue color, but she will paint it as a blue. The banana is yellow color, but she will paint it as blue. C is blue, but she might paint it as yellow, right? Because they have their own world, they have their own story they wanted to portray to the world. So I think in this journey, her daughter found her purpose, and that made her so-called have more confidence, be more happy, and live her life with a purpose. Every one of us has our purpose in our life.
Yes. And I love the fact that you found your purpose and still searching. So if you have any questions on today's topic as well, let us know through X or probably on our Facebook or even TikTok right now. We are live. We have Huang Po Lo, who says, unfortunately, most humans are very critical, rigid from the onslaught. It's the focus on weaknesses that's happening right now. Very much like jury on music, waiting to pounce on flaws. Yeah. Like also on our Facebook, on our X account, we have a question which we analyze, which is what do you analyze first in a person? Is it the imperfections and perfections? So a lot of people actually voted for imperfections, which is, I think, natural in our lifestyle, but we should not focus too much on it, but rather make it our, our strength as well. For me, I actually chose imperfections because we already know our perfections. Why don't we focus on our imperfections whereby we can develop on it? So you can learn all this on today's topic, our book, author Lian Wai Bee, Embracing Imperfections, true stories that can actually inspire you and help you out in your life. And it's very easy to bring, and it's also online as well, digitally and also physical.
Yeah.
So get it from her website, and of course, tell us all about it as well. Now, moving on to another question. How does your book actually contribute to conversations about women's experiences?
Yeah, thank you. So I just want to share that, ever since I launched my book last year, end of last year, I have actually organized several book sharing sessions. So I always encourage the audience to come forward to share about their life journey as well while I was sharing the book, because I always start with, the vulnerability part of me, like, I am not good enough, and yet I am able to, write this book. And this one lady came forward and shared about, she was in an abusive marriage for 18 years. And she was beaten up by the husband, and because she's an Indian, her bruises are not visible. And she tried to go to the police to make a report. It was not accepted because they couldn't see the bruises. And finally, one fine day when her nose was broken, that is so-called visible, and she has a doctor's report to prove the abuse that happened. And finally, after 80 years, she was able to step out on her marriage. And now she found her purpose. Prior to that, the husband was saying that, she was worth nothing. she could not be financially independent to care for the children. So this kind of, so-called label that you get from other people who are close to you is even more making this person doubting about their own capability. But I'm glad she was able to step out from the marriage. She found her own purpose, her own career, and now she is rebuilding her life together with the children. So she wanted to have, like, so to speak, forget about, it has happened, but how can we move forward to have better life, not only for herself, but for her children? This is one of the stories that I hear. And another story about a senior executive leader. She was also, again, in a very abusive marriage for the past 27 years. Because that made me realize that a lot of us are actually going through some form of challenges in our life. Working mom, they also came and told me actually they felt very guilty because they are not able to spend time with the children because of the demand of the work that required them spend a lot of time at office.
Yes.
How could they spend more time with the children? So they also have this mom guilt, how, to balance up their life while they need to work because of the, to support the family, but how can they also at the same time spend more time with the children? So that's another aspect of it. And in fact, I did one sharing with one of the organization which has intergenerational working setup right nowadays. There will be Gen Y, Gen Z, Gen X, Alpha, and all those generations working together. However, because we are all brought up in a different setting, the expectation is different, but how could we work together? The topic I chose was during that conversation was talking about vulnerability. So how are we able to open up ourselves and learn from each other better when everybody understand me? Yeah.
All right.
So,
Well, that's very deep, YB. Thank you so much. We're going to go for a little short break again, and then when we come back, we'll delve further into the experiences and how this actually can change people's lives as well. We're talking about embracing imperfections, and also head over to our X account, participate in today's little poll, and also leave a comment as well. And if you'd like to join the conversation, let us know through our TikTok account live, or obviously you can call us at 03-2282-5491 or 03-2282-4746. Embracing imperfections is the topic for today. So let's just hold on and keep your questions, and we'll be right back. 42 minutes past 11. Good morning, Malaysia. W Talk here. We're talking to YB, the author of Embracing Imperfections, and we're also talking about empowering yourself with the book as well. And it is currently online, and you can get it on her website as well, YB. Yep. Well, thank you very much for coming to the studio again.
Thank you for inviting.
We're also live on TikTok, and I love this quote given by one of our users over here, Hujang Pohlo, says, imperfections can be viewed as a quest towards imperfection. Thank you very much for that. Now, I'd like to ask this question. What is your narration when, not stopping you to move forward to create this book, which is Embracing Imperfections?
Yeah, thank you for the question. Right. So, as the title says, Embracing Imperfection, I reminded myself that I wanted to walk the talk being imperfect. And I was telling myself that, being imperfect sets us free. So let me repeat, being imperfect sets us free. Sets us free in the sense that, I do not need to get the acknowledgement from people out there to be who I am to be. So instead of asking validation from the external, I started to change my narration, like looking inward, what I can do, what I am capable of. I may not be able to do everything, but there's one thing maybe I am good at. So that is the story that I was telling myself, the message. We are all imperfect, but I wanted to stand up to also raise our voices. Especially me being soft-spoken, a lot of people don't take me seriously many years. However, I wanted to stand up and say that, even though I am a very soft-spoken person, but I have my voices. And my experience as a mentor, we also mentor girls at the Asia-Pacific level, like India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Vietnam, China, Singapore, Malaysia. I find all of us are we had a very common so-called brought up being Asian perspective. We don't really, most of the time we don't voice out our voices.
We keep it inside.
Keep it to ourselves, right? So raising up our voices doesn't mean that we have to be loud, but voicing out our opinion, voicing out where you are good at, voicing out what are the struggles that we are facing. Of course, when you are facing certain struggle in your life, go to the person that you are comfortable to speak with, your family, your friends. I just wanted to recall the recent Putra Heights explosion that happened. There's so many kind souls that came forward to help, to rescue, to contribute in dollar or even in kind, coming together. So I wanted to so-called relate to that. Actually, Malaysian, or rather human being generally, we are very kind. As long as we ask for help, somebody out there is willing to come forward and help us, right? So whenever we are facing some challenges, go forward and ask for help. Yeah, especially in today's digitalization world where social media are portraying a lot of perfectionists. I achieve this, I am perfect in this, and we have all this AI tool that make us look so perfect, so beautiful, and this FOMO, fear of missing out, is there. But is this really giving you a lot more pleasure, or is it giving you a lot more stress or emotional stress, right? So so I wanted to bring out that, go and ask for help if you feel down.
And do something about it. Take action. Take action. So that's one of the messages that you'd like to portray inside the book, which people can read about as well.
Yeah.
Now, before we end, seems that we don't have much time. Is there any advice you'd like to give to our listeners? And of course, is this book dedicated to any woman out there who would be, or why is there?
Thank you so much. Yeah, I think I would like to dedicate this book for all the women out there. I just want to remind every one of you that you are not alone in this journey. Everyone of us go through different life challenges, but I wanted to remind you that you are beautiful, you are worthy, you are capable to do whatever you are dreaming of. So go for it, take action, don't care about the naysayers, ignore them. You will be able to achieve whatever that you have in your mind. Yeah, thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Lian Wai Bee, the author of Embracing Imperfections. Where can we get the book?
The book is available at Book Access, or they can also visit the website, my website specifically for this book. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So thank you very much for those who are online on TikTok, also on Facebook. Thank you for those questions and participating in today's little poll. So stick around. We have the news at the top of the hour. So make sure that you do your very best in whatever you're doing. Just like our author here said, our guest, YB, don't forget, whatever people say is just what they feel and what they think, but what's most important is how you move forward towards that. Yeah. So anyway, stick around. We have the news at the top of the hour with Peter Carlos, and then I'll be back after with, of course, more stories to share with you and great music.